Hello again, this is Billy Ray Huzzy, potter with Southern Folk Pottery Collectors Society. And again, just want to take a few moments of your time to talk about a very strange and exciting time in Southern pottery when salt glaze, such as salt glaze utilitarian wares such as jars, crocks, pitchers and bowls and such, became unnecessary because of utilitarian ware being produced in different other mediums. The potters had to find a way to survive, and something came that it was like day and night change, and it's called art pottery. And we see here, like this piece here for example, was J.H. Owens, James Henry Owens, in the Seagrove area of North Carolina, and he was one of the pioneers in the transition between utilitarian ware to art pottery. And here he was under the supervision of Jock Busby, who founded Joketown in the late 19-teens. This is salt glazed with cobalt blue, a pair of candlesticks that J.H. made as well. And you see they put a candle in here. These are tough shape to make. But at any rate, that was the earliest that some of the potters. J.B. Cole's shop also made salt glazed with cobalt. And then they discovered lead and oxides, colored oxides. And then the excitement of these guys changing from the boring, this stuff they'd made for decades, into something like this. And these are the dinosaurs of this age, where they took so much time as they mixed up these glazes, and they drizzled them. I mean, actually just threw them. Abstract glazes. Then they were fired in the old salt keels, and you had all kinds of colors with some reductions. And then this was the 1920s thing. And you can see here another potter, Ren Cole over at Carolina Pottery in Candor, North Carolina. You can see the different colors here drizzled. Time consuming, very time consuming for these potters who had never done things like this. And many of these shapes come out of magazines and things they started clipping, Sears Roebuck catalog even. Here's something from the 1930s. This is like the preeminent glazes of North Carolina art pottery is Joketown, Jock Busby's Joketown. The Chinese blue is what it's called, and it usually was on these Chinese translation bases. And this was through reduction of cutting the oxygen off from the old wood keels. And with a certain type of glaze mixture, you've got these brilliant, different kind of blood reds, burgundies, and on such. And then by the 1940s, of course, other states started to fall through because their utilitarian market was falling through. Over in western North Carolina, one of the pioneers over there was Oscar Lewis Batchelder, who was working in the late teens, who was influenced by the Busbys. This was a mineral glaze that he orchestrated himself, many colors. The Hiltons over in Hickory, they began to use a dogwood. They had a blue edge pottery that was real famous, and then they put this dogwood, and this was really popular, still is today even. Then some other states started following through. If you look right here, this is like 1850 Thomas Chandler Edgefield. This is the type of decoration he did, but this was like mid-19th century, 1850. And this was sort of a trendsetter for a lot of potteries. But what happened later into the 20th century was the Welchel family began to produce stencil ware, which is real popular with their stuff, with many motif florals, foliage, motifs there. Then we go into Tennessee. And here's a piece by George Dunn in the 1920s to 30s. They began to make, and this trophy vase you can see is real popular. Like this piece right here, trophy vases. Became a real popular type shape for these different potters. And here, of course, is the Tennessee piece from George Dunn that was real popular. Then as we moved into the 40s, a lot of this stuff played out, and the best you could get was sometimes a double dip, the turquoise over the black, which came from Smithfield in North Carolina. And then later on we got into a chrome red, which was real popular, real bright red-orange glazes. And you just had a mix, and this stuff began to play out again from the lead scare in the 60s and 70s, and then we went into other mediums. But the potter always was able to evolve with the trend, what the public wanted, and it's amazing how these potters survived. And if you're interested in any of these pieces, we got a cell number 49 going. It's called Legends. This is the catalog. And these pieces, everything here you've seen is in the catalog with descriptions and biographies. I thank you for your time.